Grace and peace, everybody. We are back. It is an early morning show. You saw no thumbnail. You saw no title. What in the merciful name? Well, you did see a title. I'll take that back. You did see a title. I was able to do that. I didn't get my thumbnail done, though. Shout out. Mark is probably stressed out like, Jason, what are you doing? Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about it. The world is healing. The justice is being measured out. I don't know what this is going to mean in the long run, but I just pray to God that we're going to see a turning of the tide of this ridiculousness that has been going on in Minnesota. What in the world are you talking about, Jason? Don Lemon has been arrested. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's go. Shout out to everybody who's jumped into the best live chat on the internet. Please make sure you hit the like button. Let's bring this in. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
And to a Fox News alert, journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Melugin joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey, Bill.
Yes, I'm happy.
Yeah, Charlie,
yes.
Good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning at a hotel. This obviously
hold on. With that. I need a perp walk. Can we just stretch our hands toward the screen and pray that we get a perp walk? I need to see Don Lemon in cuffs, walking in with a head of shame. That's what I need. I need that. I deserve that. I deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve it, man. Come on. We deserve it. Give us Don Lemon in cuffs walking in. I need the perp walk. I need that. We need that video. We deserve it. We've been good kids. We've been good kids. We've been good. Come on. Let's go. The lemon is getting squeezed. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Because I got several clips of this.
Storming of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate judge in Minnesota who didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to a judge above him. He didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to an appeals court. They also decided not to sign off on an arrest warrant for him. So there was experts who were predicting that perhaps the feds would go to a grand jury. It remains to be seen if that's what happened here, but we can confirm.
Look, that's a shame that it took that much. We need to pray about our judges because this is ridiculous. They went through 3 judges in order to see that Don Lemon was out of pocket and wrong? Come on.
That Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles by federal agents just after midnight Los Angeles time at a hotel. Now, typically, standard procedure with an arrest like this is the defendant will likely make their first court appearance sometime the same day. So there's a chance we may see Don Lemon make his first court appearance in Los Angeles sometime today. But obviously, this is going to grab all sorts of headlines. 3 other protesters from that church storming, have already been.
Let's just take a second. Let's just take a second and enjoy. Because they don't give us a lot of W's. So we're going to take a second and just take in, these are the people. These are the folk. Now I need to add Don. I need Don Lemon's mugshot added to this montage. This is what I need. I've been a good boy. I've been a good citizen. I've been a good podcaster. I deserve to have Don Lemon added to this. You deserve to have Don Lemon added to this. The world deserves to see Don Lemon marched in handcuffs, and added to this montage. Please let us see this. Please let us see this.
Arrested, including who the feds say was the organizer of that protest. The woman in the middle there is a school board member in St. Paul, and then the mugshot on the right is an online personality / agitator, if you want to call him that. He's known as the Woke Farmer. Those were the 3 people that the feds had already arrested, but we have confirmed that Don Lemon has now been arrested in Los Angeles in connection with that viral incident. We all saw the video of it that spread and drew widespread condemnation. The feds have been going after these people on FACE Act violations. So this is still breaking news. Once we get more details about the potential charges here, a court appearance, we'll, of course, update our viewers, guys.
Hold on. You know what? I'm not, some people have asked me not to do it, and I understand. But you know what? I got to bring sound effects back, y'all. We need some sound effects for this. We need it. We deserve it. We deserve the Hammond B3 sound effect. We deserve it. We deserve it, y'all. Come on. Look, I'm Presbyterian. We don't even be doing that kind of stuff. But we deserve to have the Hammond B3 into the chat. Come on. Come on. And you know what? If you're upset, offended that I'm making fun of this and I want Don Lemon to be perp walked out, please understand. Please understand. I don't care. Okay? I really don't. The fact that you're okay with allowing rioters to run up into a church and do what they did, I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. You can email management. We don't care. We'll send it directly to the garbage can. Let's keep this going. Let's go. Wait, you know what? You know what I need an air horn. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's the fix. That is the fix right there. And we also need, that's how I feel about that. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly it. Yes, yes. Don Lemon's influence. How I feel about those judges, them having to go get all those judges. That's how I feel about them. Yes, but we can bring it back one more time, Jason. One more time. I mean, this thing is just like magic. Let's go.
Really appreciate it. Of course, if it was a grand jury that did indict him, that's pretty unimpeachable. Bill Melugin, thank you so much.
Yep.
I'm Steve Doocy.
All right, so
and I'm Ainsley Earhart.
I don't know who that
Click
person
here
is.
to subscribe to the Fox News
all right, y'all,
YouTube
shout
page
out.
to catch our
Yes,
hottest.
Don Lemon has been arrested in L.A. We got another one coming in. I got a couple of them. And these are coming in hot and heavy. So there'll probably be 3 more by the time I get. By the time I get done with this one, there might be 3 more, and I'm here for them all because Don Lemon was out of pocket. That was ridiculous. And you know what? I'm here to laugh at him. So let's bring it back in. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear. Let's go.
Time, attention, and resources to this arrest, and that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. Again, I'm directly quoting from Don Lemon's attorney here. The statement ends by saying, "This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court." That's a statement from Don Lemon's attorney on his arrest last night. We're covering this here on CBS News as our reporters try to confirm information with their sources in LA, in Washington, and in other places. But it appears that this could be connected to Mr. Lemon's efforts as an independent journalist to cover anti-ICE demonstrations in Minnesota. We were just speaking with our Lilia Luciano, who has been reporting extensively from the ground there.
I just think that the lyrical gymnastics that these people go through in order to say that Don Lemon was just a journalist, but the same is not the same way that they treated the J6ers. They didn't do the same thing for the J6ers, which is crazy work. I mean, we didn't even know the J6ers even got arrested. We don't even know where some of them are still missing, right? But this right here, that's crazy work, y'all. That's crazy work.
In Minnesota, who made the point that after this incident, which you're seeing on your screen, there was an effort to bring charges against not just Don Lemon, but other protesters there.
And they should have.
But a federal appellate court,
shame on them,
declined to file charges. And they also declined to order a lower court judge to sign arrest warrants for 5 people. That includes Lemon. One of the 3 judges said he felt there was probable cause to justify the arrests, but multiple people were charged in connection with that demonstration, and it was also linked to an ICE official who appears to be one of the pastors at that church. And there had been apparently an effort by the Trump administration to make some kinds of charges stick. Lilia, if you can still hear me, can you help us understand that legal effort post-demonstration that ultimately failed to make charges stick to Lemon? Because something has happened between that, obviously, and now.
Yeah. We are continuing to report on exactly how things got to that point of him being arrested.
He should have been arrested the moment he did it.
The HSI and the FBI overnight in Los Angeles. But look, the officials that I have talked to here in Minnesota have been extremely.
This is the only thing I want to hear from you, ma'am. This is the only thing I want to hear from you. That's all I want to hear. This is all I want to hear from you, ma'am. That's it. That's all we care about, ma'am. That's it. And this is what we also want to hear said to Don Lemon, because I think people are missing out on the true reality of the fact of what's going on.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
That's it. That's all we care about, ma'am. That's all we want to hear. We don't want to hear anything else. You know why?
Sensational.
That's it. That's all we want to hear about. That Don Lemon's going to jail. We want the perp walk. We want the mugshot. We deserve that. We are good people. We're good people. And we deserve to see Don Lemon perp walked, and we deserve to see Don Lemon's mugshot. That's it. I don't care about anything else. Make it happen. Make it happen.
The state officials extremely critical of the handling of not just the ICE operation, not just the killing of Alex, Freddie, and Renee Good, but the agents' participations or the agents' activities again.
I love this already. Okay, I'm gonna back this up, and I'm not going to even lie to you. I am going to analyze this. This is proverbial victim shaming. So instead of saying that, hey, these people are wrong for invading a church, they're over here trying to say, hey, the ICE was wrong for killing Renee Good. ICE was wrong for doing this. ICE, kicked my dog, and ICE fell out the sky, and ICE didn't melt at 30 degrees. They're blaming ICE for these people's misbehavior. That's some low IQ dumb stuff right there. That's low IQ. You deserve it. You deserve it. You know why?
I don't know, but I know. I don't know, but I know.
We know that you deserve this. You deserve this. Well, listen to it again. Oh, this is so good.
But the agents' participations or the agents' activities against people just trying to document what they're doing, and that includes journalists. We have seen agents who have, pushed journalists or forced them out of the scene, saying that they are impeding with law enforcement activity. There's a great deal of concern here in Minnesota and, of course, across the country too, with those actions. So
blame ICE for what they're doing out there on the street to justify y'all raiding and storming a church. Like, listen to the brain dead smoothness that we're hearing here. She's literally saying, oh, well, because ICE shoved somebody over there on Main Street, it justifies these wackadoodles storming a church. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You know what that is?
Yeah. Weird.
That's crazy work. That's just insane. All right, let's go.
With the prosecutor for the state of Minnesota who is overseeing the investigation into Alex Preddy's killing and Renee Good's killing. And she was very strong with her words about how the federal government is acting. She says that her investigators, the state investigators, are being excluded from the evidence and the investigation, the federal investigation into those killings. She's very concerned.
What's that got to do with? See, that is that conflating? I don't know what the logical fallacy is. What happened with Renee Good and the Preddy guy is outside. Matter of fact, this happened before the Preddy guy. So actually that wouldn't even been in the discussion anyway. It would have been Renee Good. That's what they were talking about, Renee Good. That is outside, literally and figuratively, of the church discussion. You don't need to mix those two together. You don't have to. This is the first time I've ever seen somebody invade and storm a church because of a protest. That cannot become the standard. That can't be. Okay? That just cannot be the standard. That cannot be okayed. Because if we stormed a mosque, y'all would be losing y'all minds. If they stormed a temple, you would be losing your mind. A shrine, all these other places, y'all would lose your mind. Churches are just off limits. That's it. That's it. And look, I know some churches get political and they make political statements, and they're churches that are false, that are not real churches at all. They're off limits. Deal with that stuff out in the street. Deal with it in the courts. Deal with it in the city council meetings. You don't raid up in the church. That's just ignorant. I'm just sorry. That's just it. All right, let's go.
Concerned with the way that that the government is kind of
that's Don Lemon.
State and
that's Don Lemon. He don't look. That does not look like that man.
Is all
that don't look like him
right now. What we've been covering here, this is all happening as Tom Homan showed up yesterday in Minneapolis and basically changed the tone and said that there would be a scaling back of the amount of agents that are here on the ground.
That has nothing to do with this, though. That is so interesting. None of that has anything to do with them raiding the church 2 weeks ago. None of the stuff we're talking about. Tom Homan saying they're going to scale back and this, that, and other. All of that is after the fact. You still not talking about what in the world y'all did. Why in the world Don Lemon had his bean head up in somebody's church talking about want to do a town hall meeting. See, that's why we can't trust y'all.
When you see such a high-profile journalist as Don Lemon, somebody who was an anchor for years at CNN, somebody whose face and name everybody, I mean, many people recognize in this
I don't think we recognize that AI face.
Being arrested while he was at a church interviewing the pastor that was being, targeted by the protesters, or, who the protesters showed up to protest. I think you have such a big story, you have such a big concern, such a strong message about the first.
So if it's AI Don Lemon, does that make it like fake lemonade? Like, I'm just wondering. I don't know how it works out. No, ma'am. No, he wasn't interviewing the pastor. He was a part of the protest. This woman is trying her best to, I think the word is right here. This woman is just trying to gaslight it. This woman is trying her best. She is trying her best to Jedi mind trick this thing. And no, we cannot allow that to happen. No, Don Lemon needs to go to jail. And those two big backs and that wild looking man out in the bush, they all need to go to jail. They need to be in jail. That's it. There's no other way around it.
That is what we're hearing from Don Lemon's attorney. We don't know what the charges are. We don't know exactly what Don Lemon's activities were inside that church. But in terms of messaging, go ahead.
Just want to interrupt you momentarily because our Nicole Skanger has just shared with us the specific charges that Mr. Lemon now faces. So we want to share with our viewers what that is. His charges include conspiracy against rights. You're seeing that on your screen, and for violating the FACE Act. Let me just explain what these charges include. On the conspiracy against rights.
Let's go. Come on. Conspiracy to deprive rights. Go ahead and give him that explosion. Violation of the FACE Act. Let's go. Going to jail. That's what we want to see. We deserve it. We deserve it. Let's go.
Statute protects against conspiracies to interfere with rights such as voting, housing, or bodily integrity.
No, that's very interesting that he changed that to bodily integrity. No, it's also worship. That's the thing. No, he deliberately I think he was trying to change that on the fly.
Second charge he faces, this is the FACE Act, that's the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances. This is a charge which forbids using force, threats, or physical obstruction to stop individuals from accessing reproductive health clinics or places of worship.
Oh, there it is right there. I'm sorry.
That sounds key. It also prohibits damaging or destroying property at these location. So Lilia, now that we know 2 of the charges that Don Lemon faces, it does appear to be connected to that demonstration in a church from about 6 days ago, which a magistrate judge refused to bring charges at that time. And we know the administration has been pushing since then to appeal and find a way to make something stick. I believe you covered this when it took place a week ago. Lilia, you've been covering so much, I'm not sure, but remind us why the FACE Act itself.
I wasn't here.
Okay, but remind us why the FACE Act would be key.
I wasn't here.
Okay, I'm going to stop for a second because I think this gentleman is being a little bit duplicitous. And Jason, why are you saying that, Jason? You just all hyped up. You just want to pick on people. No, I just want to look at the Conspiracy Against Rights Act. If 2 or more persons conspire to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district in the free exercise or enjoyment of any rights or privileges secured to him, I would assume, or her, by the Constitution or laws of the United States, or because of his having so exercised the same. Wouldn't that be your freedom of worship? Isn't that directly your freedom of worship? Being injured by somebody storming your church? I'm just wondering. And if you throw the 2 big backs in there and that wild man looked like the Lorax, if you throw them in jail for this, you got to throw Don Lemon because he was aware of it. He was aware that they were going to run up on the church. He literally live streamed it when they were planning in the parking lot and she was explaining what it was. He was aware. He says, I can't tell you where we're going yet because we got to keep it under wraps. He was aware. So following this right here, I don't know how we're making an argument otherwise. And again, I'm not a legal expert. I know they're going to get in there and start horse trading and all that kind of stuff like that. But I'm sorry, make that make sense. He was a part of it. Don't try to give Don Lemon any special privileges. If you're not giving special privileges, Donald Trump had to go perp walk. Donald Trump got a mugshot. I need Don Lemon to have one too. Just make it make sense. Come on. If we're going to try to be equal weights and measures, Don Lemon needs a perp walk. Don Lemon needs, I deserved the mugshot of seeing Don Lemon. What did I say? I deserve to see Don Lemon's mugshot. Everybody does. I'm just saying, we've been good boys and girls this year. I think we deserve that. Finish up, Jason. Let's go.
Yeah, the source who gave me the tip this morning, how we learned for the first time that Don Lemon had been arrested, suggested, he didn't have the warrant, but suggested that it would be connected to the FACE Act, and this seems to be what the government was looking for. It's an interesting charge. Again, we need to, we don't have the evidence. We don't know exactly what happened, but Don Lemon and his attorney and his representatives have said he was there just interviewing the pastor, doing his job as a journalist. For all of us, it's very concerning to think about when we are there covering a protest.
No, I'm gonna stop her right now because she about to lie. She about to give us some foolishness. Nobody cares about that. He wasn't there, and you hear it in her. She knows she's not telling the truth. She know Don Lemon wasn't there just interviewing the pastor. He was a part of the riot. He was a part of those who stormed the church. He was a part of it. He was there with them in the beginning. I'm pretty sure if they confiscated every cell phone that was live streaming it, I'm sure they probably could see Don Lemon was walking up the stairs, walking in the doors with the rioters, with the stormer of the churches. So stop it. Just stop. Don needs to go to jail. Let it go. Let him go. Let him go, little Susie. He needs to go on to jail and learn his lesson. He needs to be an adult. That's just it, little Susie. Let him go. Let him. Who is this little girl in Old Yeller? Just let him go. Let him go. Yeah, as if we didn't see the video. Come on. The woman is trying to lie to you and get you all discombobulated. We have the evidence. Don Lemon literally was the best witness against himself. It wasn't like Don Lemon got caught by camera. Don Lemon was on camera. Let it go, Jason.
We do constantly. We do all kinds of protests. the actions of the protesters and whatever charges are brought against the protesters, whether or not they're legal, justified, protected by the First Amendment, you don't have that expectation that you are going to be also arrested and charged for being there. We have been tackled, tear gassed in this country and other countries. But when it comes to pressing charges, this is a very serious thing that the government is saying to all of us covering protests, to all of us engaging in journalism and bringing the audience what is happening from the ground, especially when it comes to somebody who is, not as well, he is working as an independent journalist, but somebody who people know as a journalist, who has such a name and a face and a.
So because that's not true at all. That's not true at all. If I stood outside the church and filmed these people storming the church, and I'm interviewing people when they're leaving out, talking to folk like that, I'm not in the church. He was literally a part of the event. If I just see a bunch of people walking up to 123 Baptist Church, like, oh man, that looks like a protest. Let me pull my car over and get my smartphone out, flip phone activated, and I'm over there recording it. That's different than me actually planning with the rioters, planning with the church stormers to say, hey, we're going to go over here to 123 Baptist Church and we'll run up in there and disrupt the church. That's a whole different game. That's a whole different game. And ma'am, you're not going to beat those charges. Don Lemon needs to go to jail. Just stop it. Just stop. And this wouldn't happen to everybody else because not everybody else is a smooth-brained idiot like Don Lemon to be a part of that. Again, like that's just insane. And 1,000%, if this was a mosque, y'all would be in your fields. If this was a black church and white people did that, y'all would be in your fields. Stop it. Don Lemon needs to go to jail. Yeah, I mean, just saying that there needs to be some real consequences for this behavior. Otherwise, this is going to become a regular occurrence, and that's going to be terrible.
Recognize you really have to consider what is the message that the government is sending, even after multiple courts had refused to file those charges. It's very important for us to understand, and this is something that we've seen the administration do when it comes to immigrants too, that when one state is not friendly to the intention of the government, then they move immigrants to another state. So I'm very curious to know, this grand jury was called yesterday, what kind of evidence they saw. Look, we don't have the evidence, we don't have the facts, we don't know exactly what happened, whether he was obstructing, what he was doing there. But I think the intention, or I think we have to pay very close attention to why this much insistence in bringing charges against Don Lemon, and what is the intention, or what is the message that is sending?
What is the message of putting the J6ers in jail? What was the intention of that? What is the intention of putting somebody who, an SA offender in jail? Why put drunk drivers in jail? Why? Well, what is the insistence? What is the message that we're conveying? We're conveying that we are a civilization of laws. To some degree, even though sometimes I think we're totally out of order, we have some form of order. There's some things that are right and some things that are wrong. That's what we're doing. I can't believe I'm saying this to a whole grown woman. That you got to be kidding me. This doesn't make sense. I need an air horn or something. I need to go back to my celebratory air horn. I got to get that back. I need that. Come on. I need a picture of Don Lemon in that. I need a perp walk. Please, can y'all please pray that I get a mugshot and a perp walk? I need that.
To all of
I
us
deserve it.
who do this for a living, and to the public at large. And
Lilia, I'll just share with you that the consequences of these two charges on the conspiracy against rights, you could have fines and/or up to 10 years in prison. And the freedom of access to clinic entrances, or the FACE Act, a violation of that is a misdemeanor on your first offense with up to 6 months in prison for nonviolent obstruction.
I'll take 6 months. There are grandmothers who are in jail because they were standing outside of abortion clinics praying. Don Lemon does not beat those charges. He needs to go to jail. I'm sorry. There's no way you're not going to convince me otherwise. If you think I'm wrong, please let me know. Email management, dearwokec@gmail.com. I wasn't expecting to see that. Yeah, I mean, there are grandmothers. There are old church pastors who've stood outside of abortion clinics praying, and they've been arrested. Don Lemon needs to go to jail. You're not going to beat those charges. I'm sorry.
Subsequent offenses, though, can be categorized as a felony, with penalties increasing up to 18 months for nonviolent offenses, up to 3 years for violent offenses. So serious potential consequences for a former CNN news anchor and independent journalist who was, as you have been doing, covering the incredible events there from the past few weeks. We'll let you go for now, Lilia. We appreciate your reporting as you are there in Minneapolis. Our thanks also to Jake Rosen, who helped us get you information on this, as well as Nicole Skanger, who shared with us moments ago what the specific charges are. Former CNN news anchor and independent journalist Don Lemon arrested last night. He was arrested weeks.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to our sisters and brothers in Africa. Don Lemon got arrested. Yes. All right. You're supposed to, freedom of press does not supersede another's freedom of religion. Absolutely. And that's the libertarian way. Like, I have the freedom to do pretty much a lot of things as long as they don't impede upon your freedom to do whatever you're doing. Like, they just don't need to clash. That's it. So now this is going to be a great thing. Let me pull this one in real quick because that one's about to round out. So let's pull this one in. This is from Newsmax. Live News. So let's pull this in. Greenheart's in the chat when you can hear.
As we are learning this breaking news that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested. Here's what we're learning. This is from Bill Melugin with Fox News saying, per multiple law enforcement sources, former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles this morning in connection to the storming of a church in Minnesota by anti-ICE agitators. We also do have some more social media posts as well that we'll put up on your screen here for you. But once again, as we just read there, this comes after Lemon followed and spoke to demonstrators who disrupted a church service in a video he posted to his YouTube channel. The New York Post also reporting that it is not immediately clear what charges he is facing at this time. This comes after former CNN host Don Lemon said during an interview last week that the Trump administration would go around a judge or retrofit a law to prosecute him after he followed agitators into a St. Paul, Minnesota church earlier this month. Also last week, a federal magistrate judge rejected the Justice Department's attempt to bring charges against Lemon. Lemon said that he needed to be in it for the long haul as well as keep calm and carry on. Lemon said after the DOJ called him out that he was just covering the protest and that it was an act of journalism. The agitators went to disrupt the service at St. Paul's City's church because they believed a pastor at the church had collaborated with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. So once again, we are bringing you this breaking news here. As we do know, Don Lemon arrested after that protest that disrupted that church service there in Minnesota. Now, we also do know that we heard from Homan a bit earlier this week as well. Immigration operations continuing in Minnesota. Just yesterday in White House Borders are Tom Homan's first briefing after taking over Operation Metro Surge, and he said they're working on a drawdown plan for federal agents in Minnesota, but it depends on cooperation with state and local officials. And this comes after Homan said he's had conversations with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the Minnesota Department of Corrections, Minnesota Attorney General, and other county sheriffs and local officials. And he said cooperation with local authorities, especially jails and prisons, will give federal agents better access to people in the United States illegally. This would then lead to fewer federal law enforcement on Minnesota streets. Homan said the drawdown plan of federal agents depends on cooperation and targets they have left to find. As for the number of federal agents in Minnesota, as of just yesterday, Homan would not provide a number. Previously, court records show there were more than 3,000 federal agents in the state as part of Operation Metro Surge. So this is some breaking news here, and we are actually working behind the scenes here to bring you some more information. New info from AP. All right, so my producer, I don't know if you just heard her, she just handed me an article. We're getting some new information here. So let me just read this. This is according to the Associated Press. A journalist, Don Lemon, has been arrested after he entered a Minnesota church and recorded anti-immigration enforcement protesters who disrupted a service in an incident that increased tensions between residents and the Trump administration. And that's according to his lawyers putting this out today. Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents in Los Angeles where he had been covering the Grammy Awards. That's according to his attorney, Abby Lowell. It's unclear what charge or charges he is facing in the January 18th protest. The arrest came after a magistrate judge last week rejected prosecutors' initial bid to charge him. And Lemon, who was fired from CNN in 2023, has said he has no affiliation to the organization that went into that church. And
that's not true. That's not true. Don Lemon literally was being affiliated with them, not like you got a card or they jumped you in, but you were aware. Again, Don Lemon is a worst witness against himself. You literally live streamed yourself talking about it. I wonder, did I download that? Like you outed yourself, Don.
He was there as a journalist.
You weren't in the closet about that.
And we also do have this post here I'd want to read to you. This is from, again, Abby Lowell, his attorney, saying, quote, Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role is to shine light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. A prominent civil rights attorney and at least two other people involved in the protests were arrested last week. Prosecutors have accused them of civil rights violations for disrupting a service at the city's church in St. Paul, where a local official with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement serves as a pastor.
All right. Don Lemon's been arrested, y'all. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I'm not going to play every time I see it, but I might. I'm here for it. I want Don Lemon arrested. I want a perp walk. I want a mugshot. If y'all run across it today, please, dearwokec@gmail.com. Please, I will gladly for tonight's show open up with Don Lemon's mugshot. I want that in my life. I need that. I need that in my life. I'm not kidding. You need that. Y'all, everybody needs that. Even if they don't realize that they need it. Y'all need it. That's some crazy work, but he deserves to be in jail. He deserves. I don't think he needs to go for years, but unequivocally, he needs to be in there as long as the J6ers have been in there. There we go. As long as the grandma who's been praying outside of a murder mill, when she gets hit with the FACE Act, I need Don Lemon to get hit in the face too. But do the exact same thing. Equal weights and measures. Grandma been praying for 30 years. Don Lemon's been a journalist for 30 years. Miss me. Whatever happens to grandma that was outside that church praying or outside the murder mill praying, the same thing needs to happen to Don Lemon. Law is law. I need Don Lemon to be in jail, like real jail time, to have it on a record. Next time he gets pulled over the traffic stop and they say, hey, have you ever been arrested? I need him to say, yeah, I got arrested storming a church. That's what I need. That's what I need. I'm just here for it. I'm here for it. And please, I beg you, I'm begging you, if you disagree with me, dearwokec@gmail.com. Make sure you email management that you disagree with me. Please make sure you do that. Please. I need it in my life. Y'all, this is such a great thing. I did not expect to get on here, and I certainly did not expect today to be such a glorious day to know that Don Lemon has been arrested. I am here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm a black man glad that a black man got arrested. Just in case y'all need that dichotomy, I'm a black man glad to see a black man get arrested. You're right. I am. I'm here because he's a pariah. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. He's doing criminal things. And because of that, I want to see criminals taken off the streets. That's what ICE is doing. And guess what? Don Lemon is now frozen. We got frozen lemonade. He done got iced. I'm here for all the bad puns. I'm here for them. I'm here for the bad puns today. Okay. Man, thank you so much. Thank you for the 5. I'm so sick of the media framing. There are poor, innocent, dumb people who are being led astray. I agree. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely, what was that, CNN? They were really trying to make that thing go in a different direction. And I agree with you 100%. Thank you so much, Carmen, for the very kind $2. Hey, no question, no comment, just pure love of the game. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I will put that toward the anti-Don Lemon bond fund, which is basically stay your butt in jail. He need to go to jail. He needs to be in jail. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, Don, you need to be in jail, man. The same thing that grandma guy who was praying outside that murder mill, Don Lemon needs to get it. If a white person had done that at a black church, what would they have gotten? Don Lemon needs to get that. Stop playing. I mean, they're gonna probably let him out because that's just how sorry we are. But I need him to he needs some real bona fide consequences. I need the Cantifa, the Antifa, the Trantifa to see Don Lemon go to jail and be like, oh, maybe we don't need to do that. He's supposed to see the judge this morning because he turned himself in last night. So he's supposed to see the judge today. But I need that mugshot. I need that perp walk. He can go see the judge. Was it night court? He can go see the judge. I don't care. I need that mugshot. I need that perp walk. That's what I need. I deserve it, man. I've been a good guy.
As we are learning this breaking,
I do my job, man. I paid my HOA fee and paid my property taxes. I need to see Don Lemon in jail. All right. And they're all reporting on it. So here, let's go with did we talk about this one? Okay, this is ABC is talking about it. Everybody wringing their hands. Good. Stop doing dumb stuff. Just stop it. All right, let's bring this in. Shout out. Green hearts in the chat when you can hear.
Journalist and former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents here in Los Angeles.
And it may have been connected to a viral incident at a church in Minnesota.
Okay, wait. Okay, all right, we're going to analyze this one. I got a feeling we're going to have to analyze this one. Did you hear what she said? Listen to what my man says. I mean,
federal agents here in Los Angeles.
And it may have been connected to a viral incident at a church in Minnesota.
It may have. What else? What else would it have been, Brenda? Why else are they arresting Don Lemon? Why? I'll wait. No, ma'am, you know it is because of that. It's not no may have. The only reason they arrest him is because he's a jackhead that was ran up in and stormed the church. Stop it. Like, even in that, like, you're trying to make it sound as if it's not a big deal. He didn't pay some library fines back in 3rd grade. It may have been because he took 2 extra scoops at the local Starbucks and didn't pay for it. It may have been. No, it is because he stormed the church. Stop playing. Hold on one second. Y'all watch this.
Eyewitness News reporter Monica Dianda has been gathering the latest details, and she joins us live with more. Monica?
Well, good morning. ABC News has learned that former CNN anchor Don Lemon was arrested just last night in Los Angeles, and this is all connected to an incident that happened just last week in Minnesota. Now, this comes after a federal magistrate judge rejected the Justice Department's initial attempt to bring charges against Lemon. This all stems from a January 18th incident when anti-ICE protesters disrupted a service at a St. Paul, Minnesota church. Protesters said one of the pastors of that church is the acting field director of the St. Paul ICE field office. Lemon has said that he was at the demonstration as a journalist and not as a protester. The Justice Department says Lemon did not have a right to be on the church's private property and that interrupting the service may have impeded in the churchgoers' constitutional rights to express their religion. In a statement, Don Lemon's attorney confirms that his client was taken into custody by federal agents last night, where he was covering the Grammy Awards in Los Angeles. Adding, Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what...
That's not true. No, I don't have the constitutional right to run up in your house and interview you while somebody is robbing you. I don't have that. And, I'm sorry. Me and the robbers had already planned before we came up into your house. Please stop. Please stop the cap. Do I have a stop the cap emoji? I don't think I have one. I might have one. I got this one.
Oh, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Just stop it. You sound ridiculous. Don Lemon planned this along with the people that stormed the church. That's it. It's okay to say that. It is okay to say that Don Lemon, whether you thought he was a great person, whether you thought he was a man of high moral standards, Don Lemon did the wrong thing here. That's it. Just stop. It's okay. Now, there wasn't no constitutional right to run up in somebody's church. Stop it. Just stop. These people sound ridiculous.
He has always done. Now, Don Lemon's lawyer also called his client's arrest an unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and says that his client will fight these charges vigorously in court. Reporting live in downtown Los Angeles, Monica de Anda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All right. I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's go. We got Don Lemon in jail. We got Don Lemon in jail, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Susie. What is Susie queuing? Hopefully they put lemons in the background of it. Oh, that would be so funny. I don't think, if his background is yellow, though, I'm going to tell you right now. Well, let's just say like this. The internet is undefeated. Once that mugshot comes out, all bets are off on what's going to happen. So we know that. That we know. How do I find mugshots? Can somebody let me know? Please let me know if y'all found these mugshots. I'm looking through, y'all. I mean, I'm telling you right now. Stop the lemon. Don Lemon got squeezed. We got some iced lemonade. Come on, man. All the jokes, all the puns are going to be accepted today. All of them. He's yellow already. That's crazy. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Susie. I appreciate it. Lemon busted. See? We're here for them. We're here for all frozen lemonade. We're here for all the bad puns. We're here for them. All right. Let me see who else is anybody else giving us any new news about it? I mean, it's only about 30 minutes old. So
Former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested.
It's only about 30 minutes old. So I don't even know who this is. Who's this?
If we do not speak up. Okay.
Okay, I'm just looking to see if anybody's reporting on it. I don't see. I'm looking to see if I can get that mugshot. That's what I'm looking for.
Cap right now.
All right, I don't see it at the moment. Yeah, shout out to the best live chat on the internet. I am going to find you. I'm gonna find you a mugshot. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna get it for you for sure. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Woo! All right. Amazing, y'all. I'm all here for it. Real quick, I am gonna go ahead and get out of here. So let's do this. This afternoon, I'm gonna start my live stream, my Candace live stream. I'm gonna do it at 6. And because I got to take Chief Executive Second Born back to school for the school play. I'm going to start at 6. So we'll go through it and hopefully I can download it and then I can kind of speed it up a little bit, all that kind of good jazz. I'm going to do that. But also after that, I'm just going to do an open panel discussion. I got a couple of content creators that are going to hop in and such like that. So we'll do an open panel discussion this evening and we're just going to have a good time. Just sit around talking about whatever. We'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Body cams, talk about Don Lemon going to jail. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if I got that? And I'm going to tell you up front right now, if the perp walk and the mugshot show up, I'm probably going to come back. I'm just going to do it again. I'm just going to give you a heads up and warning right now. I'm just going to give you warning already, y'all. But I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to the moderators, as well as the subscribers and members. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for helping. January has been amazing. Even though we got a day left, it's been amazing. And y'all really have crushed it. So thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Welcome. To all the new members. Welcome. To everybody who's just checking out what I'm doing. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I am going to make a lot of fun of things. There's very little that I take seriously over here. So that's why we're here. We're here to have fun and laugh. So I want to say thank you and welcome to every last one of y'all to the best live chat on the internet. Go ahead and tip your waiters on the way out the door. Make sure your seat trays are in the proper position. Please hit that like button on the way out, everybody. I'll see you all real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Whitt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.